The book of Psalms, Psalm 139. Yahweh, you have searched me, and you know me. You know my sitting down and my rising up. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You search out my path and my lying down, and are acquainted with all my ways. For there is not a word on my tongue, but behold, Yahweh, you know it altogether. You hem me in behind and before. You laid your hand on me. This knowledge is beyond me. It's lofty. I can't attain it. Where could I go from your spirit? Or where could I flee from your presence? If I ascend up into heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in Sheol, behold, you are there. If I take the wings of the dawn and settle in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand will lead me, and your right hand will hold me. If I say, surely the darkness will overwhelm me, the light around me will be night. Even the darkness doesn't hide from you, but the night shines as the day. The darkness is like light to you. For you formed me, for you formed my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I will give thanks to you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. My soul knows that very well. My frame wasn't hidden from you when I was made in secret, woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my body. In your book they were all written, the days that were ordained for me, when as yet there were none of them. How precious to me are your thoughts, God! How vast is their sum! If I could count them, they are more in number than the sand. When I wake up, I am still with you. If only you, God, would kill the wicked. Get away from me, you bloodthirsty men, for they speak against you wickedly. Your enemies take your name in vain. Yahweh, don't I hate those who hate you? Am I not grieved with those who rise up against you? I hate them with perfect hatred. They have become my enemies. Search me, God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. See if there is any wicked way in me, and lead me in the everlasting way. May God add blessing to the reading of his word. So, what did we learn from Psalm 139? Amazing, amazing psalm, if you really take it seriously, which I do. In the first verse, Yahweh, you have searched me and you know me. You know my sitting down and my rising up. You perceive my thoughts from afar. So, wow. Like these pictures of birds here, they're kind of not as clear as I'd hoped. This was kind of a long range shot, but there were so many beautiful white birds. I really had to try. But it says that God knows me, not fuzzily like these birds, but clearly. It says he knows my sitting down and my rising up. He even knows my thoughts from far away, from afar. So you can't hide from God. You can't hide what you do from God. You can't even hide what you think from God. You search out my path and my lying down and are acquainted with all my ways. So every time you think you're getting away with something. Just put that into perspective. God knows all of your ways. For there is not a word on my tongue. But behold, Yahweh, you know it altogether. Again, just mind boggling, scary, and, you know, he knows every word I speak. You know everything. Very humbling. This knowledge is beyond me. It's lofty. I can't attain it. And that's the reaction I have when I read this psalm. It's beyond me. Like, he knows all my thoughts. He knows everything I think, do, and say. You know, I mean, other things he knows our heart. He knows literally what's in our heart. So, just amazing things to say about God. Where could I go from your spirit? Or where could I flee from your presence? Hmm. So this is also amazing. You can't go anywhere in this world and get away from God. You know, like I've lived in many different countries, and so I can just disappear in another country, you know, but you can't flee from God's presence. There's no place you can go. Hmm. And then this idea from Psalm 139:13 and following. You form my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. So atheists want to say, oh, this is a totally natural process. But God's saying, no, He formed us in my inmost being. You formed the very core of who I am, whatever that even means. You knit me together in my mother's womb. Amazing. Hmm. I will give thanks to you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wow. Your works are wonderful. My soul knows that very well. Fearfully and wonderfully made. You know, fearfully. I should show great respect to God for how He creates us. And wonderfully made. Just amazing, amazing verses. My frame wasn't hidden from you when I was made in secret, woven together in the depths of the earth. Just mind boggling. You know, how I'm going to eventually look wasn't hidden. You know, we're made in secret. God knows this secret. Absolutely amazing. Hmm. Your eyes saw my body, you know, so again, knew exactly what my body's going to look at. So he saw if we're going to be tall or short or fat or handsome or ugly or pretty. He saw all that. And it's saying that he decided that, you know. It wasn't purely genetics. God had a huge hand to play. And this next thing, in your book they were all written, the days that were ordained for me, when as yet there were none of them. You take that seriously for half a second. There's a book with all our days. He knows exactly how many days we have, exactly what we thought and did during those days. Nothing was hidden. It says, when as yet there were none of them. Before we lived a single day, God knew everything we were going to think, do, and say, and exactly how many days we had to do it. Can you imagine if we had this information? If we knew exactly how many days we're going to live? Just amazing. Hmm. How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How vast is their sum. So the amount of knowledge that God has, how vast is it? How much does he know? 139:23. Search me, God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. So it just says he already does this, you know, but it's almost like letting him in. You know, please, God, search me. I give you the full rights to search me, try me, know what's in my heart and what's in my thoughts. Because There's another verse that says, bring every thought captive, to God. I can't remember where that was. So here's permission. We have free will. Search me, God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. Scary because we have some pretty horrible thoughts. We have some horrible things we harbor in our hearts. But we give God permission. Root that out. Take care of that. Help me have a clean heart. Another verse says, I think it was in Isaiah, create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Create in me a clean heart. See if there's any wicked way in me and lead me in the everlasting way. I like this picture of the street here because it looks like the street goes on forever. Nice straight street. So that looks like the name of the street looks like it's everlasting way. you know? So I just love this picture for this idea. I hope it's clear, good picture on your screen. But, search my heart, God. If there's any wicked way, I want to be holy, not wicked. Lead me in the everlasting way. I want God's goodness, not wickedness. Hmm. So back to 139:1. You have searched me and you know me. Get rid of wickedness. All this from Psalm 139.